Hello everyone, I am Fatima Azara and welcome to my e-presentation. Today, I am going to cover a part of second language learning, which is the second language learning method. Do listen attentively as there are questions at the end of this video. In adopting second language learning, various educational approaches and methods have been introduced. According to Yeo, there are three popular methods that were designed to promote second language learning, which are the grammar translation method, audiolingual method, and communicative approach. The first method would be the traditional grammar translation method. This method of second language teaching make use of translation and grammar study as the main teaching and learning activities. This method views second language learning as a memorizing task rather than the application in everyday use. Reading and writing are seen to be the focus rather than speaking or listening, which are vital in communication. However, as we can see, this method shows how ignorant the student will be on making use of the language that they have learned. They will find themselves at loss when communicating with the native speaker of the second language that they have learned. For instance, English language learner conversing with native English speaker in Britain. These are the examples to visualize how the grammar translation method is used in a classroom. The next method is widely used in mid-20th century, which is the audiolingual method. This method is known to be connected with the behaviorism theory. Different from the grammar translation method, this approach emphasizes on spoken language and practice dialogue in everyday situation. This method introduced systematic presentation of second language structure, moving from a simple to more complex in the form of practice or drilling that the student have to repeat. By repetition and drilling, students are able to converse fluently in the language, strongly influenced by the set of habits developed by doing the drilling. Good habits are formed by giving correct response rather than making error. Memorizing dialogue and performing pattern drill minimize error production. Dialogues are used for repetition and memorization, resulting to correct pronunciation, stress, rhythm, and intonation. Then, drills like repetition, inflection, replacement, and etc. are used.
These are how drills and pattern practice are typically used in a classroom.
Audiolingual method may produce fluent second language speaker. However, the isolated practice still doesn't resemble real communication outside of the classroom, and the student may not be able to transfer the skills that they have learned. However, extensive drilling and repetition in audiolingual method teaching could be unsatisfying and boring for the students. The last method would be the communicative approaches. That is the most recent revision of second language learning experience. This method is literally against artificial learning of second language and involve the learners to participate in real communication and make use of their natural language acquisition strategies, allowing them to learn to use the language effectively. This approach is based on a belief that the function of the language should be focused on rather than the form of the language. This can be called as English for Specific Purposes or ESP, as for example, English for Aviation and English for Special Needs make use of English language in their respective specific working field.